Arsenal presented with a chance to have one late attack in this first half, and a second goal from it. Olivier Giroud!
2 attempts from Arsenal in that first half, 2 goals. They lead against Manchester City. The second half on the way in a moment. Tell you about the cricket first, because England have done really well in their warm-up match. Hundreds for Cook and Root. All starts on Boxing Day, 7:30 in the morning. So Sterling is coming on for Manchester City. Delph the man to make way. Let's hand you back to David Provan and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Ed. That game you were referring to 20 years ago was a famous one. It was the Monday night before Blackburn went on and won the league at Anfield. And they won that after being 2-1 down at half-time. Manchester City with their 2-0 down here. And in urgent need of improvement. So City set off on the quest of a comeback. Otamendi. Maybe Arsenal good value for what we've seen so far, do you feel?
I think so. I don't think there was much in it for the opening half hour. I think it was always going to take something a bit special to break the deadlock, and tonight both sides were being really cautious, and we got it from Theo Walcott. City for the second goal just punished for slackness. I don't think at 2-0 down, Manuel Pellegrini can let this drift. He's already made one change. He'll probably give Sergio Aguero 15 minutes. I'm going to be surprised if we don't see Bonnie.
Here's Walcott. Ozil. And a hat-trick of assists. Bellerin. City struggling again. And Sagna has to divert it behind for the corner.
Really good ball in from Bellerin, and Kolarov through that City substitution is now going to be more exposed down that side of the pitch. That's a chance that the City have to take now.
Welcome committee for Ozil. Fans in the corner of the stadium recognising his contribution this season and this evening. Silva has got to try and come up with something similar. He's capable of it. And what we have learned this season is to expect the unexpected. In by De Bruyne, finally got to it. Arsenal never shy of playing from the back. Walcott looking for Giroud. Oh, and so was Otamendi. That was clumsy. Being kind. It was crude, really.
Don't know what he's thinking about there. Giroud's got nowhere to go on the touchline. What can Giroud do with that? He's left himself with 40-odd minutes in which he can't afford to miss time on.
You can see the astonishment on Andre Mariner's face.
Wonder.
Yeah.
It's in the nothing area of the pitch as well.
Monreal. Unabashed going for the next header. Ozil. Ramsey. Ozil. Giroud. Arsenal already looking relaxed about their approach in the second half. Giroud's not going to get that. Fernandinho pursuing with vigour. Silva. Now Sterling, a different dimension in the second half. There he is again. And, losing out to an England colleague and rival, really, Walcott. Kolarov. Sagna. He's given it away to Flamini. Ramsey. Well, we are in that area where the 2-0 is a dangerous lead cliche might apply.
Next goal's the one. City have to gamble now. Well, they've got to be a lot more open than they were in that first half.
Arsene Wenger, you just saw getting his substitutes to warm up in case he spots any sign of complacency here. Again, this team he trusts, especially after what they did in Greece. And they put Aston Villa away, didn't they? 2-0 wasn't a dangerous lead then, it won them the match. This is Manchester City. Mangala, Fernandinho, Kolarov, Sterling. And a lot of that, Joel Campbell trying to win the ball back. Arsenal, De Bruyne, David Silva, Otamendi. Good work by Monreal for Arsenal. Ramsey on the run, across comes Mangala. Just got there, managed to find Sagna as well.
One of the few times in the game we've seen Aaron Ramsey go ahead of the ball. I don't think we'll see it too often at 2-0.
To be fair, when he did, Ozil tucked straight in.
Flamini just shadowing David Silva. He's done a really good job on him.
Sterling. Kolarov. Good reach by Mertesacker. Ramsey. Arsenal are set up to play on the break, but there's no break this time. Aguero. Sagna. Now De Bruyne. Nothing in the air is usually Mertesacker's. Kolarov. Painful block by Campbell. Here comes Mangala with some damage personally to repair. Sterling. David Silva. I was waiting by the near post. Giroud fought hard for that. Bellerin. Risky. David Silva. De Bruyne into Aguero's. Not quite being manhandled, but on the edge, Arsenal defensively, on the edge of their area.
I think Koscielny knows just what he can get away with in there. Put enough pressure on without giving away the penalty. If you'd expect City seeing a lot more of the ball.
Walcott. Again, that's the spirit Arsene Wenger believes this squad has got. It will take them, he hopes, to the title. Monreal. Oh, that could have been the game, really. Joel Campbell coming in from the opposite flank.
Great chance to get 2 against 1 here. In City's right back position. Otamendi looks as if he's going to stop this front post. Goes under his foot. Joel Campbell should do better. He's timed his run well from back to front. Body shape was never right.
Toure. Aguero. De Bruyne. Say names like that, you know Manchester City aren't out of this. Aguero gets it back. Casual from Koscielny. De Bruyne. Tackle Walcott. And check. Remember, the record's on for him. 169 previous Premier League clean sheets, 9 of them against Manchester City. Whistle had gone. Oh, it's a little lax from Ramsey, who certainly then seemed to be blocking off David Silva when the ball wasn't within playing distance, and that's how Andre Marriner has seen it, and that's what's perturbed Arsene Wenger, why he's got his substitutes up and running.
That's what they've got to avoid at Arsenal, but giving City some encouragement to get back into it. The hard part of the job is more or less done here for Arsenal.
Well, Aaron Ramsey, Roux, that miscalculation. Alex Kolarov to take the free kick. A little glance from Aguero, doesn't get the better of Czech.
Good header though. Really good reactions from Aguero, just trying to use the pace of the ball to find the inside of the post. You'd always be reluctant to take him off. I mean, I'd be very surprised if he goes the distance, but if anyone's going to take a chance for City, you would fancy Aguero.
Here's the Mangala. Too much of a hurry, too eager. That's more like it from Ramsey. Trying to get Joel Campbell away. Kolarov intervened. A very open game now. Aguero could have been slipped through by Yaya Toure, couldn't quite get the angles right. No flag, and Campbell's powering in here. Joe Hart sticks out a foot. It comes to Giroud, wanted too much time, and Fernandinho wasn't going to let him have it. It's a very different start to the second half from the way the first half was going at this stage.
Could only get his toe to Joe Campbell there. Kolarov putting the squeeze on just as he tried to get the shot away.
Giroud trying to get in. And, Walcott coming in behind, neither got the final touch. It's a corner.
Otamendi claiming he's being manhandled by Giroud. Not sure Otamendi can see the ball here. He's so distracted by Giroud. Did well to get his studs on it and get it safe. Good defending.
Well, after that, Joe Hart came out to either remonstrate with the referee or take issue with Giroud. Well, got a bit to say, the England goalkeeper. Grab on Giroud's shirt. We see plenty of that. And the forwards doing their own grabbing as well. Referee's loath to make a definite decision. Aguero. Driving on until he was fouled.
And crowded out so many times, Sergio Aguero. As has David Silva.
Go numbers 20 and 30. Trying to round off this attack. This free kick. Otamendi and Mangala. Big men from the back. De Bruyne to take. Arsenal marking zonally. It's a great ball. It's offside though. Aguero at the front post as he was on the other side a few minutes ago.
Was a terrific ball, and again there is so much pace on it. All Aguero's trying to do is help on to the target. Arsenal hold a really good line.
Kolarov. Ramsey intervening, letting it run. Arm raised there, I think, by Mesut Ozil. Toure. Well, it's certainly the game we were all hoping for now. David Silva. Waiting for Kolarov. In early. Into Mertesacker territory. Well, he wasn't favourite to get there, Bellerin. But get there he did, and Arsenal looked to benefit from it. Campbell, Ozil, Walcott making a run inside. Oh, it's brilliant play by Arsenal. Ramsey stopped by Hart, back by Walcott. Again, so close to the crucial third goal.
Terrific spread from Joe Hart to keep Manchester City in the game. This pass here, the first touch pass, is terrific. Ramsey had gone ahead of the ball. Joe Hart does ever so well, otherwise this might have been game over.
Very similar to a pass Campbell made for Giroud in Olympiacos to set up a goal. Arsenal's corner. Ramsey. He's kept it under some duress. Sanya attacking it. Sterling. Toure. And there's Monreal, not once but twice. And Aguero is down. Manchester City stop Arsenal in their tracks unfairly.
It's quite deliberate from Fernandinho, who's just determined to stop the game. Andrew Mariner could have stopped it previously because Aguero appeared to have a head injury, allowed it to go on. Fernandinho's having none of it. He wants the game stopped. This is the challenge on Aguero. Monreal over the top. He should be okay, but how much he's got left in his legs, I'm not sure.
Wilfried Bony is getting ready. And as you say, David, that might be a change that will be made anyway. The bang on the head has just slightly forced the hand. He won't want to go off. And there's Ozil with Manchester City in his sights again. For the moment, Aguero is checking with his manager. He's come off. Ozil takes over Giroud. Campbell. Well, he's not quite as graceful as some of the Arsenal attacking players, but he's certainly got quality. Joel Campbell, drive, determination, strength. And he's not technically deficient. I didn't mean that. Hurry up, Wilfried Bony here. A quick exit, Sergio Aguero. First half an hour, tight, tense, respectful between the two sides. Second half an hour belonged to Arsenal. We're into the third of the three thirds now. And here's Campbell. It might have been handball.
He read the exchange really well, Otamendi, to be fair to him. He knows that Campbell's looking for the return. Off his chest there, it's a really good interception from the centre-back.
Bony is on. Ramsey. Oh, nearly got through. Sterling. First substitute passes to the second substitute for Manchester City. Toure. De Bruyne. Sanya and the challenge. Stop the depth of the cross, but he wins it back again, the former Arsenal man. David Silva. Arsenal really working with great intensity like that from Giroud, but City have found De Bruyne. And couldn't find either Toure or Bony. Ramsey was fouled, but Andre Mariner's done everything possible to let the game flow, and he's had that option.
Much higher press from Manchester City now. They have to go after the ball now.
Oh, the bounce has beaten Mangala. Walcott on his own. Bellerin coming from the right now. Walcott has spotted him and found him. Giroud's in the middle, looking for a cross to attack. It was too long. It suits Arsenal, this, doesn't it?
Because absolutely. City have to come on to them now. They're much more open. And he will fancy one on the break, no doubt about that.
Silva. Fans play their part, recognising that there's still plenty of work ahead for their favourites. They continue to defend well as a unit. Everybody putting in a shift. Ozil part of that.
Not in a hurry to take this, Arsenal. Quite happy to break the play up. Man City have a bit of momentum going here.
Otamendi getting the better of Giroud that time. Kolarov. Fernandinho. Sterling. As he comes infield, Kolarov can push on down that far side. Sanya's more content to leave it to Kevin De Bruyne on the right. David Silva. Yaya Toure in towards Wilfried Bonny, is more than decent in the air.
That's the option Bonny gives him. It gives him the option of putting the ball in the box a lot earlier. Came in behind him, he just had a little bit too much to do there, but the type of early ball that City need. And this is a moment that might have put the game out of sight for Arsenal. Campbell times his run perfectly to stay onside. Kolarov did well. Got enough recovery pace to put the pressure on there. Joe Campbell could only get his toe onto it. No power.
Plenty of pace. That's will be a very important commodity for Arsenal in this last quarter of the match. De Bruyne. Fernandinho, back comes Giroud. Ramsey. We've got on the right at the moment, and Ramsey knew he could have done better. Kolarov gonna have a go. Charge down. Flamini, I think it was. Mangala. Over an hour gone now without an away goal again for Manchester City in the Premier League. Arsenal still have the two. There's a cushion late in the first half. The second one right at the end of the first half. Olivier Giroud to add to a tremendous strike from Theo Walcott. Mertesacker. Campbell. Giroud looking for Ramsey, finding Ramsey. Still Ramsey.
Timed his run perfectly into the box. Took a really good touch on his chest. The ball just wouldn't come down. Timed his run perfectly there to split the two centre-backs. Ended up leaning back in the final effort.
Well, Kieran Gibbs has been used in this more defensive midfield role. Comes on for Joel Campbell, who's very worthy of the applause he's getting from the Arsenal faithful here. Gibbs, who can't get the Premier League left-back berth out of Nacho Monreal's possession, but it's this late role in proceedings ahead of him. Of course, in the North London derby, came on and scored a goal to get a point against Tottenham. Ozil, Ramsey. Now Monreal in towards Ozil. They threaten again, Arsenal. They, still wonder, I think, whether they're going to need a third goal. With every passing minute, of course, it's probably going to be less likely. Jesus Navas is going to be the last change for Manuel Pellegrini. Three of the players who were stood down tonight at the outset are going to play a part in the latter stages. Sterling being one of them. Now De Bruyne. Now Sanya. Comes to Sterling. And told to get up by Andre Mariner. Kolarov. David Silva. Sterling was a bit indignant about that challenge that went unpunished. Trying to get it back again. Giroud not really helping. Sometimes forwards can be a nuisance when they're coming back too deep amongst the defenders. De Bruyne. Out to Kolarov from Yaya Toure. Back to Toure again. Now he goes down, and again, well, Arsenal are saying book him for diving. I know whether that's a bit of a subterfuge to make sure he doesn't point to the penalty spot, the referee. David, you've got a couple of incidents to deal with, David.
It was close enough. This is the latest one. He's looking for it, there's no contact. But Sterling's reaction was interesting here. Mertesacker's knee is across his right knee. Not for me.
Jesus Navas is on. Oh, David Silva. And also a little bit short of probably full match fitness after a long absence, so he's had a few games recently.
De Bruyne playing in the David Silva role now, but Flamini will just lock onto him the way he did to Silva.
Sterling trying to come up with something akin to what Theo Walcott managed in the first half. Oh, Vincent Kompany has seen more goals go into the Manchester City net in his absence. Remember, they've only let him one in the 8 Premier League games that he's played. And now it's 18 in the 9 that he hasn't played. Not a very healthy average. At the moment, that's spelling defeat here at the Emirates. And the clash between the two title favourites, if not the side that's leading the league. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. It's Mertesacker just about preventing a corner. Kolarov.
Boney wants it in the box early. He fancies his chances here if he gets a decent delivery in. Very intricate.
And it's Sterling. Now De Bruyne. Now it's in towards Boney. Well, it's way over him. And Gibbs perhaps needed a little bit more help from his teammates, but got it away from Jesus Navas, who will now take the corner. Which Navas takes. Bonnie does get to it.
Decent effort as well. Must be 12, 13 yards out when he gets his head in. It's above Koscielny.
Toure more involved in the second half. Climbing above De Bruyne. Gibbs right under pressure of challenge by Fernandinho. Where are Manchester City going to get an away Premier League goal from? Extraordinary for a side of their talents. This has gone on for almost 3 months. He's the man who helped solve the puzzle, but it will be laid against them if they go off here beaten 2-0. Navas has long overdue a goal himself. Trying to set one up here. Now crossed by Sanya in towards the dangerous head of Bonnie again. Unable to get out this time. Arsene Wenger preparing to make another change. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Arsenal substitution,
Mesut Ozil with 2 more assists. He chases down the Premier League record held by Thierry Henry.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Giroud. Now Bonnie able to turn. Pass into Sterling. He's going to fight to get it back.
Did well.
Toure. Kolarov. Looks like Chamberlain immediately playing the part of the ball carrier. Giroud get between 2 here, but well judged by Sanya.
Fourteen attempts for Man City, nothing to show for it. If they are going to save this, they need one pretty quickly.
No, none of those 5 that have been on target have really threatened to spoil Petr Cech's night. The record he will beat is the one he's level with at the moment. David James, of course, was for a while a Manchester City goalkeeper, and for one very short spell a Manchester City striker. I don't recall the day that Stuart Pearce sent him on up front or moved him up front. I don't think that's likely to happen to Cech. Ramsey. Gibbs. Taking on Sanya. Was not to be beaten. Fernandinho. Jesus Navas timed the run. Mertesacker coming across. Navas goes to square it. And then one chance for handball against Jesus Navas. He's got absolutely no confidence in his own ability in front of goal.
Not sure why he doesn't try to finish here. Might just have been offside. Mertesacker, I think, deepest for Arsenal, but once he's in here, he shouldn't be looking to pass the ball. He's got to get something on target there.
No goals in his last 60 Premier League appearances, and you can see why.
Not as if he's on his weaker foot either. He's on his right foot. Got to put his foot through that.
Walcott, who certainly would have done something like that in the same situation. He goes for goal again here. Good stop by Hart, who almost had to reach back to keep it out. Here's Toure. Good tackle by Mertesacker. Giroud's in an offside position, but Gibbs can chase it down. Boxing Day football for you from the Barclays Premier League, live on Sky Sports. Stoke City against Manchester United, 12:30, Sky Sports 1. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Ramsey. And Arsenal drawn City's attempted sting in this second half. We're into the last 10 minutes now. Oxlade-Chamberlain.
He's not happy with the pass. Little wonder Aaron Ramsey made a really good offer in the inside left channel. Could have taken the shot on himself there, Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Well, they've been in good voice tonight. 15 minutes before the kickoff, a rendition of the old Arsenal song, Good Old Arsenal, lyrics by Jimmy Hill, that true football pioneer who passed away on Saturday, a great man who has left us with a million memories. Of course, once famously was an emergency linesman, they were called in those days. An old First Division match at Highbury when an official was injured and he volunteered for service. He never didn't volunteer, Jimmy. Here's Jesus Navas. Back for Sagna. Still work away at Arsenal, Manchester City. Sagna, Toure, what a brilliant goal. Well, they finally got an away goal in the Premier League, the first for almost 3 months, and it was a very stylish one, and it spoilt Petr Cech's chances of breaking David James' record tonight. No clean sheet here, and Arsenal suddenly on the back foot for the last 10 minutes or so.
What a finish. Runs off Aaron Ramsey here, allows it across his body, and he's virtually passed that into the top corner. Aaron Ramsey just switched off Toure in behind them. And that is an exceptional finish.
That, in a way, is the essence of Yaya Toure. Sometimes games can be passing him by. Opponents can be passing him by. But here comes Aaron Ramsey. And it's gone out. Oh, that would have been Arsenal restoring their 2-goal advantage and certainly bursting the bubble that Manchester City have just created.
He's made some great deep runs, late runs into the box, Aaron Ramsey. I think he's trying to find Walcott. I'm surprised he's not trying to hit the target himself.
Well, we've got quite a finish now for the final Premier League game before Christmas. To a Premier League season to this point, which has been outstanding in terms of action and drama. De Bruyne and Bonny.
Terrific piece of football. Wonderful one-touch layoff from Bonny to get De Bruyne in the first place. They've changed up a gear here, City.
De Bruyne. Headed out by Flamini. Arsenal a bit slow pushing out. The crowd suddenly anxious. There you go. Jesus Navas, Sagna in full cry, and it was Mangala who's trying to get across in front of Cech at the front post.
No, it's a terrific layoff, first time layoff from Bonny here with the outside of his foot. He sees the run of De Bruyne, who's inside Mertesacker, and Mertesacker did really well to get something on it.
Giroud. Well, the City fans are cheering. That's not just Manchester City, that'll be Leicester City as well, because a 2-2 here would do them nicely, the current league leaders. And out comes Oxlade-Chamberlain, put out by Otamendi, stopping Giroud getting in behind him. Across goes Mangala. Fernandinho. De Bruyne, Jesus Navas. And Ramsey being urged by the crowd to get it away. Where Giroud is now. A little flash from Gibbs. Here's Jesus Navas. All Manchester City now. Last time, actually, they came back from 2-0 down at half-time to draw. Didn't do them any good at all because they were relegated against Liverpool 1996. And they thought the draw had kept them up. Ask Niall Quinn about it. Cleverly worked corner. Oh, Bonnie, it wasn't what Yaya Toure was supposed to do. He was supposed to side foot that into the net.
The nice height for Bonnie. I think you can see he's disappointed he didn't get anything on target.
How about this for a goal, though, David?
Absolutely exceptional. Doesn't break his stride, just allows it across his body, and that's a pass. Exquisite. Lovely 1-2. And he's made this a pretty nervous finish for Arsenal.
Fernandinho. Away by Monreal. Back by Otamendi. It's really slung 5 across midfield. Arsene Wenger just left Giroud upfield, and he's not very far upfield now. You can see he's making the challenge on Toure. Comes to De Bruyne. Back in for Toure.
Great chance. Terrific chance. Yaya Toure's just burst into life in the last quarter of this game. But just a little bit too much to do here. Still Walcott who's putting the squeeze on.
Callum Chambers. It's a defensive move. Chambers, who's really been next in line to play in the middle of midfield. Of course, he's a right back and a centre back. They're just going to string the bodies across in front of the back four now. Walcott with a wonderful contribution to this game. Really lit the blue touch paper under the game. And it's been a firecracker ever since. Giroud, who got the second. Chamberlain was involved in the challenge from behind, but played the ball. That's how Andre Mariner saw it. Here's Sterling. Gibbs didn't deal with it decisively. Well, Arsenal pay a price for that. Yaya Toure's running the show at the moment, after a first half when he certainly wasn't doing that. Sagna. Jesus Navas. In from Sagna. And that was over the goalkeeper. Bellerin made sure it didn't get to Sterling.
Raheem Sterling's got to do a little bit better. He's got to put a bit of pressure on back post. It's dropped into a really good area there.
Well, it was 2-2 here last season. Check just away De Bruyne's corner. Fernandinho asking for handball. Well, not been given, but Toure crosses. Oh, Mangala could have thrown himself at that. Sagna. Sterling. Giroud's tackle. Got the ball. Referee pointed to that. It was very risky.
Took a big chance. Took a huge chance when he commits to this. Olivier Giroud. Got his foot to the ball. He had to get something on it.
In locking horns with Otamendi again. Giroud didn't seem to be injured initially in that. Four minutes. Added time Arsenal have just completed their substitutions, which does make managers tear their hair out, but I'm not too sure we've seen the last of Giroud. He has to go off though because of the treatment on the pitch. It's a very appropriate way, isn't it, to round off this weekend and this pre-Christmas, not quite half-season. Some 170 games in the Barclays Premier League to this point, most of them full value. Gibbs. Flamini, no one's chasing that. And he's just wondering why. Sagna. Jesus Navas. Has this renaissance by Manchester City come too late? Sagna. Monreal is there, but Arsenal are not quite managing proceedings as Arsene Wenger would like, as their supporters would like. Edgy from Gibbs. Sagna. Toure is in this unplayable vein at the moment, but he's pushed. Although he believes with a bit of justification that he was blocked off in the first place.
I think he was. He's run the show here for the last 20-25 minutes or so, Yaya Toure. Not sure where at 32 years of age he's found the energy.
Trying to cheer them across to the winning post. Giroud forcing Otamendi to put it out. Take a few more seconds. There's a bit of an art to this, delaying the taking, the restarting of the game without irritating the referee to add on more time than you've actually used up. Andre Mariner weighing up Monreal's time taken. There is a bit more taken by the same player. Have a tug at the socks. Arsenal couldn't keep City penned into that corner. Monreal knocks it out of Bonny. Arsene Wenger trying to just organise his forces for these final few seconds. He knows how vital it will be not to let anything slip very, very late. Drawing in these circumstances, having been 2-0 up, it's almost unthinkable. De Bruyne. Well, his chance at 0-0, one of the defining points of the match as we go into the added time. And Arsenal have got the ball in the right part of the Emirates Stadium. There will be time for Hart to restart it, but will City be able to get up the pitch for one last thrust? Bonny heads on. De Bruyne. Jesus Navas. There's Chambers intervening. Here's Fernandinho. Remember how late Arsenal scored at the end of the first half, but City can't get the second for them at the end of the second. That Olivier Giroud goal in stoppage time in the first half turns out to be the decisive goal. Yaya Touré with the most delicate of finishes set up an exciting finale here, but it wasn't enough for Manchester City because Arsenal have got a firmer grip on second place. 4 points now ahead of City, 2 behind the leaders Leicester. And despite City's first Premier League away goal for 3 months, they suffered their 5th away game in a row without a win. Twice before, the Gunners have been second in the Premier League at Christmas, and on both occasions they went on to be champions. Omens then here. It's been a splendid evening. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Compliments of the season from us to you. Have a great one. We've watched a great one here. Arsenal 2, Manchester City 1.
And the Arsenal fans will enjoy their Christmas, but the team never seem to do things easily. My goodness, that was a nervy ending. But that is a huge 3 points for Arsenal. Those fans loved it, and I'd imagine that Arsenal are the new favourites to win the Premier League title. Giroud celebrating. Petr Cech misses out on that record tonight. That'll have to wait. Possibly for Boxing Day down on the south coast. We shall see. For City, it's the away form with the Achilles heel, as Martin said. 5 games in a row without a win. It's a 5th defeat of the season. No team has won the league after losing 5 games before Christmas since 1986. Giroud and Arsenal's night at the Emirates. The teams stay 2nd and 3rd in the Barclays Premier League table, but Arsenal now have a 4-point cushion on City. They are 2 points behind the leaders, Leicester. So much sport going on over Christmas live on Sky Sports. Tonight, the darts continues. It's day 5. The cricket, the Test match gets underway on Boxing Day. England doing extremely well in their warm-up match at the moment. 7:30, Sky Sports 2 for that. And then, and what a huge day this is for Louis van Gaal. He takes Manchester United to Stoke on Boxing Day. A game you can see live from 12:30 on Sky Sports 1. Loads of movies over Christmas on Sky as well. Brand new films available on Sky Movies and on demand, including Exodus, Gods and Kings, available from Christmas Day, Avengers Age of Ultron from Boxing Day, and Kingsman The Secret Service from New Year's Day. Next on Monday Night Football, we will look back on the game at the Emirates. Arsenal, the winners, they go into Christmas 2 points behind Leicester. A great night for Arsene Wenger.